Thanks for staying with us on this edition of Visions. Very excited about this segment, talking with Mr. Daryl Woods of LA Southern Web Design. He's going to talk to us about his company that specializes in helping companies to have a great web presence through their website. Mr. Woods, thanks for being here with us on the program.
Thanks for having me, Cedric.
Really excited. Of course, you know, we've known each other for a little while now, and glad to get a chance to have you on to talk about your company. Your company specializes in helping companies with their online web presence.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
LA Southern, basically a web design and web hosting company. We specialize in getting with small businesses and making sure that they get online. Our objective is to help these businesses grow by providing them with a professional web presence. So that's our main objective. Oftentimes I speak to business owners and they don't even have a website, or they may have a website they may have put together themselves using a template site, and it may not be up to their standards. They, a lot of times they even embarrassed to tell me what their URL is because they know it was just something they threw together. I tell them, you know, don't worry about that. That's why we're here. We're gonna set up a professional website for you and make sure that your website is as professional as your product and the services that you provide.
That's good. I like that. Make sure that your website is as professional as the product and service that you provide. That's good. I like that. Well, we want to go to, speaking of that, we want to go to your website that you've forwarded to us, your domain name, so that our viewers can get a chance to see your presence and the things that you can do for them. And one of the things that's there on the screen, if you want to explain about search optimization.
Search optimization is our search engine optimization. What that is basically, it's called SEO for short. What that basically is, we go to your website, we analyze it, we page by page and post by post to make sure that it's optimized for search engines such as Google, Bing, Yahoo, and all the other popular search engines. And what that ultimately does is allows the consumer to find your website and find your product and find your business, find your services. The higher you rank, the better. The more likely you are to get service, get customers. So SEO is one of our most popular services that what people ask about the most.
So it goes. So you're saying it goes beyond just having a website. You've got to actually have it optimized so that people can find it quickly.
Absolutely. One of the things I say, you know, other companies may design you a beautiful website. What good is that if nobody can find it?
That's good.
So SEO, our SEO service, when you build your websites, we lay it out in a manner that's already optimized for SEO. And what that means is, like I said, we go in and analyze it as we're creating it, and we make sure everything is optimized so that once it's done, it's going to rank as highly as possible in Google. And like I say, SEO is not the same thing as buying, you know, additional ad space. You can also buy additional ad space through these companies, but SEO is a service that's comes freely with the service that we provide. That's going to optimize your website beforehand, before you decide to go out and buy additional ad space and all this other stuff.
Okay, so I'm understanding. So you're saying that the SEO comes with your service?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. Hey, that sounds like a good deal. Now, when you talk about web hosting, you do that also. People don't have to go out to a separate company to get their web hosting or domain name. They can just come directly to you. Absolutely.
Our web hosting service is very important, because without a web host, nobody can find your website online. You have to have a place to place your website once it's completed. And like I said, we build websites, and once they're done, we place them on our web hosting servers. Now, you don't have to absolutely use our servers, but we encourage it, because if we build your website, then it makes sense for us to host it, because if anything goes wrong, we can fix that problem. Like I said, web hosting is about, it allows people to see your website online. It's a service that allows people to actually type in a URL and go to your website. So you have to have some place to put that website once it's done. And we have hosting plans at lasouthern.com. You can go take a look at. We have 3 different plans, and they all come with all the basic services. And what we've done with our hosting plans is we added more services to our plans to allow for even more options for the consumer. Our basic plans come with unlimited bandwidth, unlimited storage, unlimited email addresses, and those are Microsoft email addresses through Outlook.com. And I like to say we are a official Microsoft partner. We're part of the Microsoft Partner Network. So that means we can administer and sell Microsoft products. And so we add that as part of our hosting services so that when you buy our hosting services, you already have an email address, you have storage, you have all the bandwidth you need. It even comes with a free domain name. So you go out to our website and take a look at our plans and just give us a call.
So one of the other things that I noticed, since you just mentioned about Microsoft certified, so I remember seeing your credentials on your car. So you're actually Microsoft certified
Absolutely.
guy.
Right. Absolutely.
What do you call that?
Well, I have 2 Microsoft certifications. The first one is MCITP, which is a Microsoft Certified IT Professional.
Okay.
And the other one is Microsoft Certified Technology Specialist, MCTS.
Okay.
And our company is a Microsoft partner,
Okay.
which means, like I said before, we can administer and sell Microsoft products.
Okay.
The administration is important because if we sell you a Microsoft product and you don't know how to set up an email address, for example, we can do that for you.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, we're Microsoft partners as well.
All right. So in other words, you're certified and qualified to take care of the problem.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Certified and qualified. All right. Bona fide. All right. Excellent. Well, let's talk about just some of your background. You spent some time in the U.S. Navy.
Yeah, I was in U.S. Navy for 1 term. I served out of Pearl Harbor, Hawaii.
Okay.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was a submariner. I slept on submarines, and that was a once in a lifetime experience. I wouldn't change it for the world. It was great. And after my term in the Navy, I went out and went to college, and that's when I got into the IT field professionally. I always said that IT was a hobby before it became a profession. I was one of the guys who were back at home back in the 80s programming Commodore 64 computers and stuff. So, yeah, you remember that?
I remember that.
I was doing that. And so once I got to college, I majored in computer information systems. And I started building and repairing PCs. And then I went on to start building websites. I was a webmaster for Auburn Montgomery, my alma mater. And after that, I went on to build websites for the state of Alabama for the Supreme Court. I worked for the Supreme Court. So it was at that point I decided to start my own web design firm. Okay. So
I decided to become an entrepreneur, but you had already had the foundation and the background in order to be able to do this, and so kudos to you. So in other words, you know what you're doing. Because you've been doing, you got all your certifications.
Right, we're all certified and bona fide, like you said, to get the job done.
So you call him, he said, I can take care of the situation. That is excellent. Well, when you talk about, now one of the things that you want to talk about is website maintenance.
Oh yeah, website maintenance is important because I talk to a lot of business owners, and a lot of them are small businesses, and they may not have the budget to hire a full-time on-staff web designer. And so what our web maintenance plans is about is basically we take care of all of that for you. For our low monthly rate, we'll go in there and do everything a webmaster does. If you need anything changed on your website, you need additional pages added, if you need any type of social media integrated into your website, we're basically our on-call web designer for you without you having to hire a full-time web designer. So you can buy that service for us for a low monthly fee. And I'd like to add that our hosting plans, which is pretty much mandatory, you have to have a host. All of our hosting plans come with an additional hour of web maintenance, so that once we build your website for you and host it for you, if you need anything done, like you need add a new page for me, throw some new photos up for me, we'll do that for you as part of our web maintenance.
Okay. All right. Well, now you just also mentioned while you were talking about that, it was social media integration. Of course, you can't hardly be in business these days without social media presence. So you help them to integrate their social media presence on and with their website.
Right. Like I said, a lot of people have websites, or they want to integrate social media into the websites, which is very smart when you're in business because social media is so huge nowadays. So what we'll basically do is we'll go in, we'll integrate those services for you, whatever that may be, whether it's Facebook or Twitter. If you want a Twitter feed on your a website, we can do that for you. If you want a Facebook feed on your website, we can do that for you. If you want to just link to your Facebook business page, we can do that for you. Right. If you want to add YouTube videos to your website, it's all about integrating social media services into your website business so that your customers can find you more easily, and so they can take advantage of all that social media technology.
Well, so if you do something like integrating YouTube into your website, that's additional content, right? That helps people to be attracted to your site and to find your site.
Absolutely, and like I said before, if you don't have a like say a Facebook page or a YouTube page, business page, we can create that for you as part of our web design service, so that once we create that for you, you can integrate that into your existing website. So not only can we create the page, but we can integrate it into the website that we create for you. Or if you already have an existing page, we can integrate social media into your website any way you choose to see fit.
Yeah. Well, when you talk about the design process, and just got a couple minutes, but how does that design process work when people want to come to you and they don't know what how to get started?
I mean, it's real simple. We basically just sit down, we'll set up a meeting, we'll sit down with you and your board members, if you have a board, and we'll speak about what your requirements are. And from there, we'll talk about, exactly what you need for your website, what you already have. We'll go over everything, and we'll come up with a quote for you. And once we come up with that quote, we're going to take that quote and we're going to put it on the contract, and of course, we'll sign the contract and go over all the contract details. And once we get all the content from the customer, we say it usually takes around, because people ask this all the time, how long does it take to finish a website? It usually takes around 3 to 4 weeks for the website to be completed once we have all the content for you. So it's a real quick turnaround process. We try to get it done as quickly as possible. So we're very pleased with the way our process works. And so we also have budgeting. When we talk about budgeting, we're talking about giving you a quote. A lot of people asking me about, well, how much does it cost? That's the number one answer. Well, how much will it cost? Can I afford, web design? And like I said, we work with any and all budgets. Excellent. It doesn't matter what your budget is. Our websites start as low as $199. So it's very affordable for this average small business owner. All right. And we just talk about requirements so we can go from there.
All right. Mr. Woods, thanks for being with us on the program.
Thank you, sir.
Great information. Certainly would encourage you who are watching to contact Mr. Woods at LA Southern Web Design. Contact information on the screen. He's Microsoft certified. He's the real deal. He just let you know all about it. Thanks for watching on this edition of Vision. Please keep watching, and we'll see you next time.